Welcome back to the Postcard Inspirations podcast. If you grew up in the 1980s or ever visited EPCOT in its early years, this postcard is pure nostalgia. It takes us back to a time when the future felt full of endless possibilities, when computers were still a novelty, and when Walt Disney's dream of a permanent World's Fair was just coming to life. This card features CommuniCore, one of EPCOT Center's original attractions and the heart of Future World, a place where guests could experience cutting-edge technology, preview new ideas, and get a glimpse of what the future might look like. But let's be real, the future back then looked a lot different from what we have today. The back of this postcard invites guests to join in an electronic forum, tap new energy ideas, preview your vacations electronically, try out information innovations, and go backstage to see EPCOT's fascinating computers. Sounds cool, right? In 1982, this was mind-blowing. EPCOT's CommuniCore was basically an interactive tech exhibit before we even had personal computers at home. Visitors could try touchscreen information kiosks, interact with a talking robot named SMRT-1, and even see Disney's massive central computer system in action. Let's put that into perspective. Today, we carry tiny computers in our pockets that do more than all of CommuniCore combined. But back then, this was the cutting edge of technology, and kids and adults were amazed by it. Of course, no EPCOT postcard would be complete without Spaceship Earth, the giant silver geodesic sphere that has become the park's signature landmark. The front of this card shows the futuristic setting, complete with a serene, reflecting pond and crowds of guests heading toward their next great adventure. Spaceship Earth itself is a time travel ride through human communication, from cave paintings to the invention of the printing press, and finally into the future of communication. And while some parts of that future have become reality, we're all constantly connected through technology, others, like the idea of writing emails via voice dictation while reclining in a spaceship, still feel a little funny in hindsight. Like many visions of the future, CommuniCore eventually became outdated. By the 1990s, personal computers were becoming household staples, and guests didn't need a theme park to experience the wonders of technology anymore. So in 1994, Disney reimagined the space as Innoventions, which continued to showcase new tech, but with a more modern and less retro future approach. Fast forward to today, and CommuniCore is completely gone. EPCOT is undergoing a major transformation, and its Future World section has been split into different neighborhoods with new attractions taking its place. But for those who visited in the early days, the memory of CommuniCore still lingers. Back when EPCOT wasn't about thrill rides or characters, but about the promise of a better tomorrow. This postcard captures EPCOT Center at its most ambitious, a time when Disney wasn't just about fantasy, but about the future. It reminds us of a world where touchscreens were fascinating, computers were the size of refrigerators, and we all thought we'd be living in space by now. For collectors, it's a piece of Disney history. For EPCOT fans, it's a nostalgic look at a version of the park that no longer exists. And for anyone who ever dreamed of what the future might hold, it's a reminder that imagination is always the first step toward progress. So, what do you think? Would you take a trip back to 1982's vision of the future, even just for a day? That's all for this episode, but the story doesn't end here. Postcards have a way of carrying voices from the past right into our hands, and that's something worth cherishing. If you'd like one of these little treasures sent your way, just visit postcardinspirations.com and sign up for the giveaway. I hope you have a wonderful, inspirational day.